Hello everybody, welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, and I'm watching Fate Apocrypha. I'm gonna find a new way to pronounce that every single episode. Mark my words. Last time on Fate Apocrypha, we got introduced to more of the servants, especially on the black side. We got introduced to all of them and their what's going to be kind of like their dynamics with their masters. We learned about Charon, we learned about Frankenstein, we learned about Siegfried, and we learned about Vlad. We barely learned about Astolfo, except that he kind of initiated all of it, and his relationship with his master it's a thing. We also got to see more of Shishiko and Mordred interacting, and they seem to like they'll have a very interesting relationship going forward. And we also saw Shiro. And I was informed by a lot of you guys that the reason why there are going to be a lot of differences from like the main timeline is that this is an entirely different timeline dimension from Fate Stay Night. From my understanding, the series that are canon to the main Fate Stay Night franchise, at least like the important ones, are Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, the Lord El Malloy the Second show, which I'm not going to say the whole title because Fate Strange Fake is also under that banner from my understanding, although there's some weirdness going on there. But so Shiro in this is Shiro but has gone down a different path, so I'm going to think of them as basically a different character. But it is still it's a fun reference. And yeah, he is sending Karna after Jean. We've kind of seen into the future. We know that's not going to be that easy. But we'll have to see what happens this episode because it is called The First Steps of Fate. It feels like that's something where the real war is about to begin. If you guys are excited for more Fate Apocrypha, then you should subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Fate Apocrypha episode going forward. All right, let us begin in 3, 2, 1, go. God damn it. God, we're starting with this. I'm so bored. Is it because of mana transfer, or is she just like that? He's waking up to ash and dust. Ooh. Yeah. Becoming aware. Ooh. Magical circuits. Are these the first steps of fate? Since we know that, or at least I know that this is our main character. Astolfo finds them. Huh. Astolfo just seems really nice. Like, of all the... Like, I do like how a lot of the characters on the black side do definitely seem... Like, they kind of want to frame them as the bad guys, but I'm not really getting that. From all of them. Some of them, yeah, but not all of them. It feels like Shiro and the red side are like, more schemy. Damn, no privacy. Yeah. Nope. Interesting. Astolfo is changing fate. I'm sure he wants, like, that's like the perfect servant for my ultimate homunculus. Or my ultimate golem. Yeah. Karen seems like a good guy, so this is a good one to take him to. Essentially, which means they're impressionable. Now here's the other masters on the red side. Oh boy. They all look like they're not responsive. Oh, she's got powers of influence. Here he is. Oh my god! Okay, I may have been wrong about him being Archer, yeah. Why isn't he Archer, though? If Karna is an Archer, like in the Legends, I guess that makes sense since I was watching the opening and seeing the cat girl. She had a bow, so she's probably Archer, which means that the other guy that we haven't really seen at all yet must be Rider. My god, he's very cool. Oh boy. Just like in terms of aura. Oh, now that's unexpected. This really is like the first battle. They want like ruler on their side instead of killing ruler, which is, I'm pretty sure, what Red is trying to avoid. Go ahead. Alright, let's see what you two got. Oh yeah. I'm not familiar with like Karna's legend, so. Oh boy. My god. Ooh. Backstory. They talked about last time about how he had an unfortunate ending. Damn. Jesus Christ! Oh my god. This gives off. Oh my god! The sound effects are so crunchy. This gives off the impression of gods fighting. That's not how it works. I think from somewhere, Shiro might have them all under his control. Yeah, well, he can't have his servant dying. That's a cool shot. If there's someone who's going to be able to maintain fairness, it's going to be Jean. Damn my shit. Ooh.
起きた？僕はアストルフォ。一応君を助けたんだけど、覚えてるかな？覚えてるよね？
What? I just woke up.
怯えついでにお伝えしましょう。率直に言って、君がこのまま生きていられるのは、あと3年です。
Oof.
知ってる。ある意味で完璧な存在です。ならば君は考えるべきで
Perfect existence is an interesting way.
考える。短い命で何をなすべきかを。
Yeah, this character being like blank slate, having like a ticking clock, is very interesting. The flowers.
よな、お前のことをちゃんと教えてほしいんだ。ほら、
Can
俺
she
が知ってる
talk?
現象とあんまりにも違うからさ。
Yeah, the horror
一代の
story.
天才博士はお前を醜い化け物と呼び、その場から逃亡した。追いついたお前は博士にこう問うた。どうか私の伴侶となるべき存在を作り出して豪華で自分を燃やし尽くした。お前と同じ存在の伴侶を得ることであって
This guy's shooting his shot.
しろ。俺の望みは何かって？実はまだ決めてないんだ。ないわけじゃない。例えばこの戦いの後で姉さんが死んでたら生き返らせようとするかもしれないだろう。なんとなく分かった気がする。じゃあ俺は部屋に戻るから。
Have flower. They were the main ones I was like kind of talking about with like these two siblings and their servants. I like them. I can tell that they're gonna die and I'm gonna be sad.
私はただこの足を治すためにあの聖杯を使おうとしているのですから、魔術回路は失われる。
That's kind of messed up though. Like being disabled means you have magical circuits.
ありがとう、ケイラン。
Now you have to learn to walk.
何をすれば。
What will you do with the gift of life? Freedom. Just in a crypt? You making bone weapons?
こんな場所でこんな扱いをされるのが我慢ならんだけだ。
守りやすく攻めがたい。いい立地なんだぞ。出かけたかったらお前さん一人で出かけろよ。
一人だとつまらねえ。
Quite literally, kinda.
民草を巻き込むような戦いができるかよ。
へいへい。なるべく一般人を巻き込まないようにしますよ。王様。
今なんと言った？
King.
王となるのはお前の願望だろうが。それなら。
Mordred never really got to be
問題ない
king.
だろ
いや、ない。
う。とにかく。
I really do wonder if he just knows exactly what to say, or if he's like purposely kind of manipulating Mordred. That's a funny
バー
device.
サーカーが暴走して城塞に攻め入った。
Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we did see Spartacus kind of going out of his way. Well, feeling that's gonna do a whole lot of nothing.
赤のバーサーカーであると睨んでいる。
どうなさいます、おじさま。
無論この木を逃す手はない。
I guess we'll have to fight.
うまくすれば我らの手駒にできるやもしれん。
Pawn.
戦術を聞かせてもらおう。栄光ある戦いの幕を開くのだ。
The glorious battle. Tarniks are like, everything's up, Tarnik. All right, everyone. That was Fate Apocrypha episode 3. That was a fun episode. We got what feels like the first like kind of all-out fight. I mean, between Siegfried and Karna. There was some crazy animation in that one. You know, if that's just for like kind of like a minor clash between them, it makes me very excited to see where it's going forward. I was wrong that Karna was Archer. Karna is in fact Lancer, but I looked him up, and it said that he wields a bow in Legend. So, you know, maybe I should have been correct. Yeah, he's a very cool character. I love his design, just like with like the slit eyes and the it's like a tattered cape that almost like behave like wings, like they're a part of his body. I feel like we haven't seen anything like him in the Fate franchise, or at least me up until this point. Now I know like Fate Grand Order has so many servants. Karna feels even unique amongst like the like wide array of servants that I've seen. And Siegfried, he's a cool design as well. Karna's definitely winning the aura battle, but aside from that, Siegfried we learned more about him. He seems confused about what his wish would be, because in his backstory we learned that his whole purpose was to grant the wishes of others. But his strength being killing meant that he was just killing for other people, you know, killing in the name of, if you will. And then ultimately resulted in him granting the wish that he is executed, you know, like that he die. So he spent his entire life pleasing other people. He's gonna have to figure out what he always wanted. A very interesting, I like that we got that backstory for that character, because his personality is kind of stoic, which means that I haven't felt like too attached to him yet, but now knowing this, it's kind of fun. And for me right now, it seems like Karna, Siegfried, and Mordred have like the most raw power, it seems like. But, you know, I could always be wrong. And Jean, there's like a scene in the opening where like Jean goes up against Karna. So it seems like that order is not fulfilled yet, so we may have to fight again. And Jean may very well be extremely powerful as well. We just haven't really gotten a lot of her abilities. Besides the fact that she seems to be able to influence people. Is this because of her past as a general? She has her charisma stat really up, so she can just kind of influence people. But Jean is very much like, she's very moral as a character, so she's going to stick to being the impartial ruler. Make sure that everything is played fair. And Darnik is playing an interesting game. Darnik is definitely like the bad guy of this, but not everyone who works for him is a bad guy. One of his main goals is to try and get as many people on his side, or like he referred to like Spartacus as like, maybe we can make him a pawn. And he really seems to like as many resources as he can get. He's that kind of guy. There's nothing to give the sense that he's a good guy, though. I did want to go back because I was a little distracted by the amazing fight animation, and there were a couple of lines that Siegfried delivered. Hold on. We kept fighting and died in obscurity. Seekers of truth as well as warriors. He's talking about like the concept of being a hero. Even now, after materializing, the second life that does not change. Again, Siegfried, very pessimistic. He's content to be like summoned just to die again. I don't know, he's an interesting character. I'll be interested to see how he developed. Now, I have to talk about, finally, we have our main character regain consciousness. Although in this show, it really feels like they're spreading out the main character role a lot more than like in Fate Stay Night, for example, where we're really getting insight onto everyone. One more thought I just had. Even though I said Darnik seems like the bad guy, Shiro also doesn't seem that great. But our main character is a homunculus who has gained consciousness, who's powerful enough to escape their confinement. I know we'll end up forming a partnership with Jean, which in an interesting... God, I can't say this without making a pun. In an interesting twist of fate. I wonder what... Like, it feels like there's, like, a universe reason for this. It feels like this Holy Grail war is so abnormal, is such, like, an anomaly that, like, everything lined up for this to happen. I am very interested to see where our main character is going to go. He's very much a blank slate, and having this short time span on his life, it's going to motivate him to hopefully make whatever his wishes come true. He obviously has connection to all the other homunculus. If his wish would be for them to all go free and live their own lives, that would be fine. Although they probably also have the same lifespan. You know, he could probably change that with a Holy Grail. I'm intrigued by, like, the concept of this homunculus maybe being, like, the hero of this whole story. And it's also very interesting, you know, that Astolfo was the one who found them. Astolfo hasn't really had, like, too much character, or like I haven't really been clear about what their character is going to be in this show, but him helping and saying that he will take responsibility for what the homunculus does. Now that is interesting. And Astolfo just seems like very nice. And a lot of the servants on the black side seem like they are good people. I'll have to learn more about about Vlad. I think if there's one of them that's not going to be that great of a guy, it might be him. But, you know, Chiron, Frankenstein's monster, obviously a tragic character due to the, just like from the second that they were born, they were so grotesque that they could never have a normal life, you know. Even though this one is cute, my Frankenstein's monster cannot be this cute. Speaking of that plotline, it seems like there's going to be like a love story between them, which is interesting. We don't get a lot of those. You know, Astolfo's master is trying to make it happen. It's not happening. It ain't happening. Astolfo seems the most separate from their master in terms of like plot. Everyone else seems to have something in relation to their master. Oh, and we learned about Chiron's wish as well, which is to regain his immortality, which is fair, and his master wants to be able to walk on her legs again. Also understandable. They're both understandable, but they're not like the most crazy things. In terms of Frankenstein's master, I think we can already tell that his wish would be to become probably Frankenstein's husband. You know, fulfill her wish. If both of their wish would be to fulfill each other's wish, that's kind of cute. But we'll have to see. Otherwise, I feel like we really don't know a lot about any of the wishes of the people on the red side yet. They're holding back for them for some reason. It also seems like all the masters are, I don't know, they just seem like puppets for Shiro. It's like he put them under some sort of spell, like almost like drugging them or something. So he can use their servants just like as his assets, which makes him one of the scariest masters. It also makes him, I'm sure, like it gives him the assurance that like if the red side wins the Great Holy Grail War, then the other Holy Grail War that has to take place, he can just easily take out the rest of them, except for Shishigo. Him being invited to the church, I wonder if the goal there was to get him, but Shishigo's much and Mordred had definitely a sixth sense about like we shouldn't stay here. Shishigo's definitely a wild card in terms of the red. He seems like completely unaligned to anyone, and it really makes you wonder, he's doing this as like contract work. It seems like a lot for just like a paycheck, you know? He's got to have a wish. And he's really laying it on thick with Mordred, calling them king. I wonder how much of it is earnest and how much of it is just like he knows what to say. Because I like Shishigo. I want him to be a good guy, but, you know, everyone has their ulterior motives in this show. With all that being said, we've pretty much engaged in like the first red versus black battle, and Spartacus is going to is charging right in, so we're heading for our second. And if the animation in this episode is anything to go by, it's going to be crazy. So you guys don't want to miss it, and if you don't want to miss it, you should subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss the next episode. If you like my reaction in this episode, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what your thoughts are about this episode. With all that being said, I hope that can make your day better. Hope that you continue to have good days. Until next time, take it easy, everyone.